Hey, what's up? So big news for fans of Kirby Air Riders. The game just received a fresh update, version 1.3.1. First off, the update officially adds compatibility for 3 new Amiibo pairings. Meta Knight with Shadow Star, King Dedede with Tank Star, and Chef Kawasaki with Hop Star. If you're into collecting or using Amiibo to unlock cosmetics or extras in your races, this expands what you can scan and shows Nintendo is still supporting the title with small but meaningful pieces of content. The announcement on these Amiibo also included timing details. Meta Knight's figure is slated to launch early March, while the other 2 are expected to arrive later in the year, according to reporting from outlets that covered Nintendo's notes. Beyond Amiibo, a major chunk of this release is reserved for balance adjustments across riders, machines, and copy abilities. The patch notes list numerous specific tuning changes, things like altering the acceleration behavior of boost dash on certain machines, adjusting charge speeds while drifting, tweaking top speeds on ground-based craft, and a handful of targeted adjustments for modes like City Trial and Air Ride. What that means in practice is that some setups that felt dominant or underpowered should feel a bit different now. So if you have a favorite rider or machine that felt unfairly strong or frustratingly sluggish, you might notice changes when you jump back into matches. Nintendo's support page outlines the full technical list of these balance modifications, and coverage from gaming sites highlights how extensive the tuning is this time around. On the stability and bug fix front, the patch addresses a mix of online and local issues that were creating headaches for players. The update improves communication stability during online play, which should help with connection hiccups and smoother multiplayer sessions. It also tackles a series of checklist-related bugs. For example, counts for events, machines, riders, and similar checklist items were sometimes not tracking correctly, and that's been corrected, so restarting the game will restore counts to their proper numbers. Several checklist rewards that previously failed to unlock after completing all tasks have been fixed as well, which is great news for completionists who were robbed of their well-earned prizes. There are also some pretty specific course and ability fixes that matter during actual races. In the Air Ride course Siberian Highway, riders could sometimes go off course after dismounting grind rails and be unable to get back on track. That behavior has been corrected. In Crystalline Fissure, jumping out of the ground with the drill copy ability could cause abnormally fast speeds. That's been patched. A number of interaction issues were addressed too, like a problem where performing a quick spin on a grind rail just before a certain rider's spice dashes in spice and thus blinded by through special end would prevent the special from ending properly, or scenarios where Taranza could produce spider silk even when frozen, unintentionally leaving the frozen state. Those oddities have been fixed. There are miscellaneous alignment fixes, such as jump ramps that appear and disappear in Checker Knights, sometimes being visually misaligned with their hitboxes. Transform and mode transition corrections have been made, and issues with copy abilities not working properly after Scarfy's angry state ended have also been resolved. Practical heads up from the patch notes. Replay files saved in versions prior to this update may not be compatible anymore, so if you've got recorded runs you want to keep, convert, or export them before you update if possible. The notes also mention that certain reference values used in Spectate's high score searches were relying on records that couldn't be produced in normal play. So all those reference values were reset with this update. As a result, high score search results might not show until players produce fresh records using the updated machines and courses. That's inconvenient for a minute, but it sounds like a deliberate reset to prevent corrupted or impossible records from skewing leaderboards. City Trial and online-specific fixes are included as well. Duplicates of the same legendary machine parts appearing in City Trial online matches have been addressed, and items failing to appear in underground crystal destructions with Knuckle Joe's automatic attack were fixed. There was even a correction for thumbnails in my machines that could occasionally display incorrectly. Other smaller but meaningful fixes remove odd edge case issues. One noted problem would halt progress if the course randomized during a top ride series in a paddock, and that scenario has been corrected. The overall goal seems clear. Smooth out edge cases so the core play experience is more consistent for everyone. All told, this update reads like a mixture of quality of life support with Amiibo compatibility and stability improvements, combined with deeper systems tuning through balance changes and targeted bug fixes. If you jump back into matches, expect some familiar setups to feel a little different, and some of those strange bugs that used to pop up to be far less frequent. There isn't one giant headline feature here, but there's a substantial amount of polish. And sometimes that kind of behind-the-scenes refinement is exactly what keeps a competitive racing experience feeling fair, fast, and